What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. It is the quarterfinals of the Super Rugby competition. What a tournament we have been treated to. It's just been a hell of a roller coaster ride, this tournament. We've seen teams, as I've said, week in and week out, come from nowhere, surprise us. Then the teams we thought would do well hadn't quite, and then we thought teams that really didn't stand a chance to just shock the shit out of all of us. It has really been a Super Rugby tournament to remember. Before we get started, I want to answer a poll, and I'll be curious to make this another video maybe. Do you think the Super Rugby competition is too long? Yes or no? Let me know your thoughts down below. But let's get to the predictions for this weekend's quarterfinal games. So much to look forward to. So many teams that are going to be wanting to put their hands up to show the international selectors, especially with the Rugby Championship coming up, that they deserve a shot at playing for Springboks, New Zealand, Australia, well not Japan, but as well as Argentina. So much, the teams have really surprised us this year. Some have been predictable, some have been quite shocking, but it's really been an all-round great performance where teams have just developed and grown and shown a lot of strength. Some probably should have done better than we thought, but what can we complain about? We really had some great rugby, and if we're a fan of the game, we would have enjoyed this tournament, but it's really been an outstanding one. So let's get to the predictions. First game up, Hurricanes versus the Chiefs. Now this game was played not too long ago, and the Chiefs beat the Hurricanes, to my surprise. I didn't think that was going to happen. The Hurricanes they're a great team with fantastic rugby players, but then so are the Chiefs. They really have shown a lot of potential. They've shown a lot of strength within. They've also come up and down, but they've really been on a fantastic winning streak at the moment. 3 games they've won, which is truly outstanding, and credit to the boys for that. Last time they faced was the 13th of July, and 28-24 was the result. Close game, but it was a win for the Chiefs, and truly remarkable win it was for them, and very well deserved. But the question is, can they keep it up? Can they make it 2 in a row? Hurricanes lost last week, won the week before. Chiefs on a 3-match winning streak. So it's going to be a tough one. But for me personally, I'm going to go on home advantage. Just it's really tough, because a quarterfinal, anyone can really win on the day. It all depends who shows up. But just watching the Hurricanes this season, they've really done well. They've got a home quarter for a reason, and I just maybe see them edging this one. It's going to be a close point, 5-pointer I'm going to put in it, but I'm going Hurricanes to win the first quarterfinal. Again, I could be wrong. You know, we all know the talent the Chiefs have within their squad. They're a great team, and they could definitely fight back. And I could be sitting here next week going, hey, I got that wrong. But I just think the Hurricanes might just edge this one and beat the Chiefs by 5 points. Next game, the game I'm most nervous about. I'm wearing my shirt proudly today. The Crusaders versus the Sharks. This is probably the easiest prediction, but also could be the surprise of the weekend. Now, if we look at the Crusaders, not much could be said about this team, because they're just on a winning bloody streak. They're undefeated for so long. They're just continuing to show why New Zealand rugby's dominating. They just are pure class. The Crusaders are like the All Blacks. They just are on another level. They are champions previously for a reason. They're in the quarterfinal for a reason. They're top of the log for a bloody reason, because they're just that damn good. And credit to these boys in red. Now the Sharks, on the other hand, have had an up and down season. They win one, they lose one, they win one, they lose one, they lose, they win. Crikey. Shark supporter, I'm flipping confused. But this weekend, the reports say, the coach said, we're going there for one reason, and that's to win. Can the Sharks do it? Of course they can, if they play with the mindset and the brains and go in there. But my prediction, and I really, really, really want to go with my heart on this one, but I have to go with my head. I'm going Crusaders to win, and I hate to say this, it's going to be 8-10 points. Crusaders are just on another level. They are favourites for a reason. They're on the ball. Yes, they've had a few close ones here and there, guys, but they are just a strong team. I remember many years ago, as a youngster, watching Sharks Crusaders in a quarter, and we beat them. It was many years ago. Ron Pienaar kicked the last kick, and we just beat we didn't win the tournament and all that jazz, but we beat them. Can we do it again? Yeah, maybe. But in New Zealand, it's going to be tough. So for me, I'm sorry, Crusaders to win by 8-10 points. Hopefully it's tough, and hopefully I'm wrong. Trust me, I'm going to be the happiest man in the world if I come here next week and say Crusaders lost to the Sharks. But I don't see that happening. Next game, we have the Waratahs versus the Highlanders. Two fantastic teams. Also been a bit shaky here and there, up and down. Waratahs are the top team in Australia. And where maybe at the start of the season or midway, we would have thought this should be a Rebels game, because the Rebels just started so well. But Waratahs have just come back. They're one of my favourite Australian teams. I like the way they play, I like the strength, I like the determination within the team, I like the players, but also Crusaders. I mean, they've got Highlanders have a fantastic team. They also, as I said, up and down. They won last week, or their previous game, then they lost 2, then they won 2, then they lost 1-1-1. So it's also been a bit here and there, whereas the Tars lost their previous game 1-3, lost 1, lost. Yeah, and that's the last so many games. So it's going to be a tough one to predict, but I have to go with where rugby is at the moment, the strength of it. And again, I could be wrong, but I just see the Highlanders taking this one and beating the Waratahs by, I was going to go 5 points. It should be close, it should be intense, and I think because the Waratahs are at home, they're going to come out fighting, they're going to come out strong, they're going to want to redeem themselves from their loss last weekend, but it's going to be tough. But I think the Highlanders have this one in the bag. Then the final game of the weekend, the Emirates Lions versus the Jaguars. Now this is the team I said that some we might have not thought would do so well, and that's the Jaguars. They've really been outstanding. They show a lot of passion and heart within. Again, they're going to want to be proving points for Argentine rugby. They had a shocking junior international, so they're going to want to be proving critics wrong, putting themselves on the map. Who knows, beating the best South African team could very well do that. And then you got a game between either the, I think that's the way it's going to go, Highlanders or the Waratahs. That's a potential, very potential, probable win there. Maybe a final. Who knows? With this Jaguars team, it's so unpredictable. I think the last time they met, Jaguars with the Lions, they beat the Lions, albeit that was in Argentina. This time it's in Johannesburg, Ellis Park. The Lions are also really looking good. Also, I haven't had the strongest of season. If I have to compare last year to this year, a bit tighter, but they've really done well. They're showing complete dominance. They've got a great team at it. Elton Yankee seems to play better for the Lions than the Springboks. God only knows why. And they've just got a great team, great leadership structure within. So it's going to be tough for the Jaguars. I'm honestly really happy for the Jaguars, how far they've come, how well they've done, the progression they've shown in the Super Rugby tournament. Definitely put their hands up to say, hey, we're here for a reason. But for me, going into this quarterfinal, I've got to go with the home favourites, I've got to go with my country, I've got to go with what I think will transpire, and that is the Lions picking up a win. I think it's going to be tough at the start. We've seen the Jaguars do not too bad in South Africa, but I just see the Lions just going focused on the win, focused on getting to the next level. I really see them doing it. It's going to be close, it's going to be tough, but I just see the Lions winning this one by 7. 7 points or more. I think they're just going to, the Jaguars might tie at the end, and the Lions could just go straight past. I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. that, my friends, is going to do it for the predictions of the quarterfinals. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. My apologies again for missing last weekend. I needed a week off. I've been going at this every week since the Six Nations. I needed a little break. So my apologies, but we're back for the Six Nations, quarterfinals, semi-finals and final. I am here. So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next week for the predictions of the semi-finals. Who's going to be there? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you guys real soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.